So Eric, you're a veteran of the U.S. Army. Tell us about serving in the Army.
I served 4 years active. I was stationed in Germany and Fort Hood, Texas. Then I spent 4 years in the Pennsylvania National Guards also.
Gotcha. And when you served in the Guard, what was your specialty in that time?
I was a mechanic, heavy wheeled vehicle mechanic.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you were exposed to like all sorts of like heavy metals and toxins and stuff like that by just working on the equipment.
I was. I actually, my MS is service connected. The VA said it was something that I was exposed to while I was on active duty in 1995. I remember I got vaccinated one time, and you can't say vaccines. VA don't play around with vaccines. But I got vaccinated at one time, and it seemed like we did it every month. But we all got real sick, and I lost 30 pounds of muscle mass within 6 months. And of course, I was young, and I was in Germany, and I was pretty wild. So I thought I lost this weight, started losing this weight, and I thought I caught something from a German girl. So I went to sick call. I'm like, hey, I need to get checked. So, they drew my blood, and then I remember it was like a month. They didn't say nothing. So I put another sick call slip in because I'm stressed, and I thought I caught something. They're like, no, you didn't get nothing. I'm like, phew. So I just lost the weight, and I didn't think nothing of it. And I got out, and I went to the doctor, and I asked him about it. And I told the guy, I said, I lost 30 pound of weight when I was in the Army. He made me take my shirt off, and took my shirt off, and I had a 6-pack. And the doctor yells at me. He says, put your shirt back on. Stop wasting my time. And I'm stressed, and I'm thinking, I lost 30 pounds of weight, but this doctor didn't care. So I was working at Queen Anne Boot Camp at State Prison in Pennsylvania as a drill instructor. And I got in a wreck in 2005. And someone rear-ended me. And they did an MRI on my neck. And because I pulled a bunch of muscles in my neck. And when they did it, they found spots and dots on my brain and on my spine. And the doctor told me about it. And I said, well, he said I might have MS. I didn't even know what MS was. So I got onto my computer, and it was dial-up, so it took forever. I looked up MS, and I'm sure I kicked off a few times, and I seen people in wheelchairs and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? I was just, I was at work, and I ran 10 miles in the morning, got in a van, and went to get the barbers and got rear-ended and pulled the muscles in the base of my neck. I don't know what's going on here. I don't have MS. So I went over and I called them. I said, come and get my stuff because you guys are crazy. And they sent me to a neurologist, and he looked at my stuff, and he said I had spots and dots in my brain and my spine. And some people just have them. And as many as I had, I should have been in the hospital for something. And I never was. And I told him, I lost this weight this one time, and I had a bunch of pictures. And I had a picture when I was in Germany. I was in a wetsuit, and I had a 6-pack. You can see it through the wetsuit. I was 195 pounds. And 6 months later, I looked like a refugee. I think that's an NTC in that picture in California. I looked like a refugee. I mean, I was just all skinny. And he told me I lost 30 pounds of muscle mass in 6 months. It's different than weight. So I think I messed up a little part of that.
Yeah. No, but you obviously were helped by the VA was taking your case on, but they can only do so much, right? And I think that's
the VA takes care of everything medically for me. I mean, all my medicine, which is $200,000 a year, I think, with my medicine and all my medical stuff is $200,000 a year. They bought me a little scooter, put a little scooter thing in the back of my car. Because now with this stem cell, I mean, for the longest time, I could not feel my legs. I just couldn't feel my legs, and I never even thought about it. I mean, we were putting on a camp roof one time, and I was still working at Queanna Boot Camp as a drill instructor, and I fell through the roof, and I had a nail go through my shoe. And every night I check my feet like a diabetic just to make sure. No, just something I always did. And I just never realized, how much feeling I didn't have until I went to the doctor, and they were poking me, and it was up above my knee on both legs. But I could still run. I mean, I could still do everything else. It's just the human body adapts and overcomes. But you have what was I talking about?
You fell through the roof, put
Oh,
a
yeah.
nail in your foot.
Yeah, so I pulled the board off my foot. I didn't think nothing of it. And that night, I went home, and there's a hole in my foot. I'm thinking, well, how did I get a hole in my foot? Then I remember it. I'm like, whoa. They actually went through my foot, and I didn't even know. I had no feeling whatsoever. But after I started getting these stem cell treatments, I could feel like more and more and more of my leg that I could feel. And it's kind of funny because like when I'm sleeping, once in a while, like my right foot will touch my left foot on the bottom and like tickle my foot, and I'd be sound asleep and I'll wake up. It's just something I don't, I'm not used to feeling that. Now, along with this, Monday I had to go to the doctor to get my knee looked at because I didn't have so much feeling in it. I had no feeling in it they said I had MS since I was 19 in the Army. That's what they did. That's what they said when I got it. The VA said it. And every time I put weight on it, it hurts. Some people may say it's a bad thing, but not feeling my leg, that's a good hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll get that fixed.
And how does Doc? Because I know Doc Camp is usually the one that gives you the stem cell therapy. How does he do, and how often? Roughly.
It's see, like the kind I had, it was just an IV. Hit you with an IV, and it's 2 cc's of stem cells, and they just push it in, and I think they can do it every 6-8 weeks. But with me, with my medicine, I have to kind of watch because the medicine I have for MS, it's an infusion, like an 8-hour infusion. So I don't want to do that stem cells real close to that because it'll kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, the medicine, MS, my body attacks itself. I mean, that's what MS is. It's like an electric cord that you have a coating on it.
Yeah.
And my body attacks that coating, and it'll put like a scar tissue on it. And like on my neck, every year I get an MRI, and that's how they track the progression of the MS.
And that's how they knew it had gone down a little bit.
Yes. Every year since 2008, I've got MRIs in my neck and my brain. And every year they can track how many new spots I have and how many new, anything that's active because they do it die. And some people just have it on your brain. Then you can have them on your neck, and you can have them on your spine. And when you have them on your neck and your spine, it's supposed to be more debilitating. And I have them on all three.
Wow.
But I mean, it's like the last MRI a couple months ago, I had a few spots that went away on my neck.
Wow. And how long have you been doing the stem cell stuff for?
I got 2 treatments in probably the year.
Yeah.
I would have done them closer, but with the
right, your meds,
my meds and the 2020 crazy stuff and
COVID let us
you know what I mean. I don't like I love the guys down VIR, down Racing for Heroes, but I really don't want to get down there and get trapped down there for 14 days.
Right. Yeah. Well, they put you to work though.
I know, that's why I went down there for 14 days.